Good morning, Stina. How are you?
Good. I'm so good. Thanks for having me today.
I'm so happy that you and I were able to do this. And first things first, just snaps to our friend Claudia for getting us together. She is the best, and
Yes.
I'm excited that we've had this opportunity. But welcome to Meeting You podcast. This is Stina Leigh, and I'm really thrilled to talk to you. Just off air for a minute, we were chatting about you have three businesses, you have all of this work that you are doing, all this reinvention you've done around yourself. As I've done some of my homework getting ready for our chat, I found that what you do, Christina, is incredibly layered. There's so
Yes.
much to what you do. But before we
It's
get into
true.
peeling back the layers, let's just have you say hello and introduce yourself to the audience.
Yes. Hi, guys. My name is Stina. I am owner of Stina Leigh Promotions, Productions, and Practice, three beautiful businesses stemmed out of Boston. Stina Leigh Practice is international. That is my baby, my love. But yeah, I'm here to chat with Richard, have an amazing morning, and inspire greatness everywhere.
I love it. You mentioned the first thing I wanted to jump into, your practice, Stina Leigh Practice, is
Yeah.
international. You spend time in South America, you spend time in Europe. That's a lot.
Yes.
And was that something that kind of came as part of the work with your clients? I'm curious as to how you went international. And I'm sure it's a bigger
Yeah.
story than that, but I'd love to start with that part of it.
To be
Yeah.
quite honest, it started internationally.
Oh, okay. Great.
It's a yoga and retreat business. We focus on fitness, nutrition, self-love, personal development,
Mhm.
stemming from yoga and traditional Chinese medicine.
Mhm.
So I've been a yoga student my whole life. I've been very advanced my whole life. My first yoga class, gosh, like I would say I was 18. They were like, "Oh my gosh, how long have you been taking yoga? You're
Like,
so
"This is my
amazing."
first class."
Like, I can't spell yoga. I just like dropped in. And that's when I realized, like, "Oh, okay, like, maybe this is my spot." I did gymnastics as a kid,
Oh,
just
you did? Okay, so did I. We have that in common. Yeah.
Oh, yay!
Yeah.
So just naturally flexible,
Mhm.
I get that from my mom, and I always just did it for fun, and
Yeah.
I went through some stuff. I moved to Costa Rica and worked with an amazing studio and teacher and group down there, and
Oh,
I
cool.
got certified down there, international yoga certified down there, volunteered for a really long time, was down there for many months, continue to work with them, they're absolutely amazing,
Mm.
and that if I was like, if I can teach and learn and do all of the things in Central America as a minority, because I can't even
Sure.
speak their language fluently, I still had to use the translator app when I was down there.
Mhm.
I'll say I took 6 years of Spanish, so I remembered a lot, but thorough, I'm still working on.
Sure, sure, and
Uh,
it's always a little bit daunting when you have to do it, right? I mean,
right?
it's intimidating.
And then, I was like, "Oh my gosh, if I can do all of this in another country, on another time zone, and thrive, basically start my own business in another country, I can do this in the States and I can do this anywhere." So
That's so cool.
I don't look as the globe as big as it is, I guess.
Sure.
Like, to
Yeah.
me, it's just territory.
Mhm.
It's not overwhelming, it's not too much, it's just another space
Yep.
that I get to be in and spread my love and my joy and hopefully bring more happier human beings to this beautiful globe that we have. I will say that London was myself. I had a layover in London, and we ended up extending that for a little, like, mini retreat.
Hmm.
Um Greece was through a yoga company here in the States that I've dealt with before, so a lot of that immersiveness into my global impact is either previous relationships with, my business development and experiential marketing, or just my connections here, and they knew and have seen what I've done down in Costa Rica, and they want me a part of their journeys moving forward, so that I'm very blessed on both of those endeavors.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So many times when we talk to women entrepreneurs on the show, they're either domestic with the hopes of going international one day. We have talked to some women across the globe who also have the reverse where they hope to someday bring their businesses to the US. I think you are the first US national that we've ever spoken to that started their business abroad.
It's
Yeah,
crazy,
that's
like, it
crazy. Yeah.
blows my mind, and that's when I was like, "Oh my gosh," like, it was just me needing to do my own personal development to see that,
Yeah.
like, we all got our stuff to go through, but once
Right.
you get through the trenches of understanding who you are, what you have to offer, the sky's the limit. Like, they don't say that for laughs, like, it's literally true, and I am so blessed with where I'm at, and I'm following my heart 100% every day.
I
Everything
love
else
that.
is easy.
I love that.
Yeah,
And we'll plug your socials later, but if anybody just spends a minute on your socials, they can see that you truly look at the world as territories because you are a world traveler,
yeah,
which
I mean, why
yeah,
stop yourself? Why
yeah,
worry? What
yeah,
there might be yeah, there are circumstances where you need to be cautious, right? You have
sure,
to be smart with what you're doing, do your research,
of course.
understand where you're going. But I am, I when I was 30, I changed my whole career. Like, I had always been more of a home person doing
Right.
promotions, modeling full time.
Mhm.
I might fly out here and there, but I wasn't
Sure.
consistently on the road. And when I was 30, I went more of the travel route, and I was on the road like 48 weeks out of the year for 10
Wow.
years straight.
Wow.
So, how to live on my own and understand how to make life away from home successful.
Mhm.
I already had that background. So, and I was just like, I've already dominated the states. I've been to every state 3 times. I have so many connections. Like, again, why
Yeah.
stop yourself?
Yeah,
And
why limit yourself? Yeah,
right,
such a smart way to look at things.
right. Mm,
One of the things I wanna thread in on you with
yes,
is you have this what again, there's so many layers, multi layers to what you do.
they're
It
good
it
layers.
sort of what in very integrated, this sort of integrated identity of you blend branding, you blend storytelling, you blend human performance, personal performance,
Yes,
emotional healing. There's so many aspects, Stina. I'd love for you to just kinda lay that out across the 3, the 3 things that you're managing, just so folks really understand the depth and breadth of what you're doing and the work you do to help women kinda show up as they are. I mean, you've been showing up as you are, and you said it took a little while to get through all that, but
yeah,
I know that's another big part of what you do. When you and I talked before, you said, whether it's in business or whether it's in their physical bodies, I want women to show up as they are.
yes.
Mm,
So, well, I will tell you that I have 3 businesses because when I decided to start Stina Leigh Practice, I was
mhm.
like, I can't discard 25 years of my life in marketing.
Marketing, yeah. Mm,
And I have the most amazing connections and clients already. It didn't make sense to just say adios.
yeah.
Uh, so I
Yeah, you
decided
can't go from being a chief marketing officer to just not doing that anymore, right?
right, and then, like, again, you've gotta be cognizant of your income. If you're going from 6 figures to starting a brand new career where people only know you as a student,
Mhm.
it's going to take some time to
Build.
get that playing ground and foundation sturdy so you can build that. So
Mhm.
it was very much from a financial perspective as well, making sure that I can still live the life that I love and enjoy, and I can
Sure.
still spend times with my family and put food on the table, you know?
Yep.
The number one thing that you hear is people in the fitness industry don't make enough money.
Right.
And and I'm like, "Been there, done that." I was a personal trainer in my early 20s, and it's correct.
Yeah.
So this whole time in the back of my brain has also been like, how can you do things differently so when you start to offer your modalities of fitness and self-love, it's different. So,
Sure.
with my 3 businesses, I have a promotional agency which is basically staff across the country that does gig work.
Very
And then
cool.
I have a production agency, which is everything I've done my whole life,
Mm,
business development. And that's either for brand new or struggling companies that are looking for a higher ROI within a specific time frame.
okay.
Typically, if it's a failing company, that's going to be a quick ROI. And if it's a
Sure.
brand new company, that's going to be a structured ROI.
Okay.
So that both of them together work hand in hand. So when I
Mm,
do the business development, a key aspect of business development is, are your staff happy? Do you have the right staff? And can you get mobile and get your brand out there so people have it under brand awareness? And
Mhm.
then I can utilize my staff for that. So I don't need to go through an agency that gives me staff that only wants to be there to make a quick $100 and is not invested in that brand awareness. So
Mhm.
those two as a hub are everything I've always done my whole life.
Yeah, got
But
it.
it's almost like on a separate platter.
Yeah. Yeah, I got it. Yep, yep.
And I love them dearly, and I can do that work with my eyes closed, drunk, and my hands tied behind my back better than anyone else. So,
Right, right.
I'm not leaving those things behind. And then Stina Leigh Practice, which is my yoga, my retreats, all the health and wellness. I call it people development and wellness. That is getting to your authentic self,
Yeah,
loving
yeah.
who you are, understanding who you are, and that all stems from so many different facets, right? It's not just therapy, it's not just working out, it's not just eating well, it's not just anything, right? There's a
Yeah, yeah.
lot of routes that you need to understand who you are,
Mhm.
and in my journey of doing that, you always have to hire multiple coaches, spend trillions of dollars, and maybe you'll find 5% of who you are because really you're helping them find who they are through
Right.
you,
Through
and you
you.
didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah, 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 yeah. You don't even realize that that's what's happening. Yeah.
Right. So having worked with coaches literally every second of every day since I think I was 16 when I hired my first coach. I've had some really great ones. I've
Sure.
had some really crappy ones. I have ones that you can tell they've only read the book and they're just reading it off.
Mhm. Yep.
Then you have others who are just a MLM person shoving shakes down your throat, right?
Right, right. Shakes
So
or whatever else, some other, like, body thing, right? Yeah, yeah,
right, right,
yeah.
and all of those are well and good,
Right.
but for someone who wanted to understand who she was, all of that was just noise that made me hate myself even more. It was. So I am this very unique route
Right.
of doing all of those things with one person that you feel safe and secure with that helps you bring you to a whole
At
nother
the level.
level of life
Right.
that you never even knew was attainable because you thought you needed Joe Schmo
Mhm.
who has you doing burpees in the grass when it's 106 out when you really needed to go cry in the bushes
Right.
because your life's been difficult. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
that's also part of fitness is, like, getting it
Absolutely.
out.
The
You gotta get it
mental
out.
the mental aspect of it. Well, again, I'll back up for a second because that is something that I noticed you have that tremendous focus on. So, first of all, I really appreciate how Stina Lee Productions and Stina Lee Practice really kind of promote authentically, right?
Yeah,
And sort of like, oh, we don't have, we can be at the top of our human performance without sort of that hustle culture or even to your point, you have to do burpees until you collapse, right? So
that's not
I
being authentic either,
not being
like, you're
authentic either. Yeah,
fulfilling
yeah,
someone else's need at that
right,
point.
right. And you kind of have this slow down, breathe, listen, right? Pay attention to the world that's going around you. Pay attention
Mm,
to yourself, right? This
yeah.
sort of wisdom of living inside your own body. How did you get yourself to that level of I guess I'll call it enlightenment, Lena.
It really is, it
Yeah,
really was.
yeah.
So, I was very much that hustle culture. I mean,
Mhm. You still are a hustle girl.
I
Yeah,
would say
yeah,
that I
yeah,
hustle, but,
yeah,
like, I sleep, I am chill. It's because I love everything that I do, so I can do a million things.
yeah.
And there's no exhaustion, there's nothing, it's calm the whole
Right,
time. It's a lot, but it's all calm and loving.
right.
It feeds me. They're 2 very different things. You can be doing things in a hustle culture to mask. You can also be doing things in a hustle culture to excel, right?
Right.
Just think of, like, an athlete who goes to the gym every day because they hate themselves and they wanna look good on the beach.
Mhm.
Look at the athletes that go because they wanna be healthier and stronger and inspire wellness. The 2
Right.
2 very
2
different things.
very different
2
motivations. Yep,
right, 2
yep.
different mentalities, and neither one of them is wrong,
Mm,
but one of them is hurting,
yeah.
and that's what bothers me is I hate when people do things to themselves because they're hurting. You should be doing them because you love yourself, right? Now, saying that, I came off of like loathing myself my whole life. And I know I keep saying that on any podcast and it can come across aggressive, but now being on the side of loving myself so much,
Yeah.
it was everything I did was this constant turn of proving to myself I am enough.
Mm,
Everything,
everything.
everything,
Yep.
everywhere. Whether it was chasing the wrong dudes, it was starving myself, winning a pageant, doing obstacle course racing, like so much stuff, like running an entire wine company. It's all
Wow.
of I've done so much,
So much.
and
Yeah.
in my brain it was always like, yeah, but what else could you do? Like
Yeah.
you're not famous yet. Not
Right.
everyone knows who you are, so you're
Right.
really
What have you
worthless.
done for me lately, Stina? Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So I had this really after COVID happened, I wanted to kind of tone down my traveling, so I took a position
Mhm.
at home
Mhm.
that essentially was helping oversee marketing for a national construction
Yes.
firm,
Yeah.
and it went from really well to really bad really fast. There was some
Mhm.
harassment involved,
Oh, I'm
and
so sorry to
I
hear that. That's
it
never
was
never good.
it was not good. I never elaborate on it though because it did initially help me understand how not to run a business.
Right. Right. Yeah, exactly. You saw what not to do, right? That's good. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then so I was taking care of my mom full time, who was in a really bad place. I was throwing myself into this job and doing really, really good. And
Yeah.
then also dating someone I definitely should not have
I've been
been.
dating. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
all of it hit the wall at the same time.
Mm.
And I would just what am I doing?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I
This
just had turned 40
okay.
and I was like, I I don't know. I don't know if it was because I'm 40
Yeah.
and my brain was always running, if it was because of all the rough things that were happening. So I booked a flight to Costa Rica.
That
I was like, "Get me the hell out of here."
your haven, right? That's your
Yeah.
haven. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was like, "Get me the hell out of here.
Yeah.
I'm going to Costa Rica to figure my whole life out
Yep.
going
Yep.
for as long as I need to be there for."
Yep.
I rem I remember walking in Block Island with a friend of mine, and there was just like a hotel maintenance person planting flowers, and I
Yeah.
was like, "What I wouldn't give
Yeah. To
to
just
just
plant
do that
flowers. I know.
all
Yeah.
day."
Yeah.
And it
I
was
hear you.
that was in my head so frequently for so long, so much, then I started getting ads like, "I quit my job and moved to another country, now I run my own business, and I'm the happiest I've ever been." You know, your
Yeah.
typical
Yeah, those type of like
together, get your shit
yeah,
together.
happiness at the end of the rainbows type stuff. Yeah.
Right, and then so one night, I mean, I was potentially at my lowest point in my whole life, and
Mm,
I I had, gone I had a really rough day, some very aggressive things
yeah.
happened, and I always just came home and had pizza and wine. Like every day. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was really
Yeah, I was
fit
like, well,
because I would
that's like feeding a very short-term need, but that's not sustainable.
no, no, but I mean, it's so crazy because I would spend so much time at the gym
Right,
because I didn't wanna come home because I knew coming home meant you're probably not gonna eat well, you're probably gonna drink,
right.
then, like, the
Well,
spiral of
you're
that
sitting with
thought
your own thoughts and you're facing yourself in
yeah.
that, yeah, mhm.
And I love my alone time, but when you've hit a depression,
It's different.
obviously, you don't there's no control. You've no control over any of that.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
one night I had gone to Costa Rica for a retreat with a yoga studio here and
Mhm,
had a really nice time, had a very impactful time there when I when I am trying to get rid of stuff, I'm very open, and
mhm.
I haven't always been like that, but
Yeah,
this time I needed to be because I had a lot of stuff. I'm not
you need to unload.
I'm not spending 6 grand on a retreat and not coming home
Yeah,
relieved.
feeling relief. Yeah,
So
you're
so
taking advantage of
anyway
it.
anyways, after that first retreat, I don't know, it's maybe like 5 months later, I come home one night after a rough day, and I had messaged them, pretty intoxicated, "I hate
Mhm.
my life, please help."
Oh boy.
Yeah, and then so when I think that was just, like, on Instagram, when I woke up the next morning, I just had a message and it was like, "Oh my gosh, yes, like, we
Yes.
totally remember you. What can we do to help?" And I was
Oh,
like,
so
"What are they even
amazing.
talking about?" And when I
Yeah.
scrolled up, I was like,
Oh.
"You are really unhappy."
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you need to pursue this route, and,
Mhm.
I ended up going there and getting yoga certified.
Yep.
The whole trip that was supposed to happen didn't even happen. Like, I was supposed to be volunteering at a retreat center and taking over all of their marketing, so essentially like CMO, but
Mhm.
on a volunteer basis. So I would be down there for I think it was 3 months, whatever the limit was for it was
The
90
visa.
days. It
Yeah,
was
for your
90
visa.
days at
Yep.
that time.
Yep.
Meaning for those who don't know, you can't always stay in foreign countries as a United States citizen for as long as you want unless
Right.
you're on a work visa, which I was not.
Right.
Um, because but I don't know. I was like, "If I'm not home for Thanksgiving and Christmas, my family will
It's gonna be
disown."
yeah, but and everything is progression, right? So you're there on a tourist visa,
Yeah.
just kind of yeah. Mhm.
Um, so yeah, it changed my whole life. I
Absolutely.
went to yoga school. I had to thrive and survive on my own. I had to figure out where to live. I had to figure out how to make money or do work
Yeah.
exchanges. Like, figure it out. I should have died 3 times. I got
Yeah.
stuck in sinkholes.
Yeah.
It
Thank
like
God you didn't. Yeah. Yeah.
there's a lot. I'm being very blasé right now, but
I understand. No, I understand.
it
Yeah.
was it sh God was by my side the entire time because there was one night that I should have died 100% down there
Mhm.
just because weather is really bad. I You don't always know what's going on. I was by myself a lot of the time.
Yeah, maybe
However,
you weren't
that
as
is what I
aware as you
want.
needed to be. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. Again, I'm not dumb. I'm very cautious. I
Right.
plan everything appropriately. But again, in Central America, things are crazy. Like
Yeah,
weather
things are
can be
different.
nuts. It
Yeah.
can go from sunny to a full waterfall in 2 seconds
Right.
when it says it's 95 and sunny. It doesn't even have green on the radar.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
um, it was just a learning experience, but I will say that maybe I'm writing a book about it, so
Ooh,
you
cool.
can read about
Yeah,
it
I like the
later.
exclusive. I like the exclusive here.
But the honestly, the only way that I was able to get from I'm like living I feel like I'm being given a second chance
Yeah.
because the way
Yeah.
I look at life and treat it is no something can come up and my reaction is completely opposite, and it's
Mm.
so bizarre to me because 'cause I'm literally the same person. All I did was fix my mind. Now, I didn't go through any drug stuff. Everyone's like, "Oh, did you do drugs? You do, like,
Right.
crazy things?" No. Like, I
Yeah.
was just so
Yeah, you were actually
open.
living a very healthy life, right? I mean,
Yeah.
who not
Very
mentally, but physically. Yeah. Yeah.
very open, and it's all I promote to anyone all the time when I do my keynote speaking, when I'm with clients, when I'm with high volume clients and ESPN and professional athletes, it's all about what happens in the silence, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And making that silence safe. And
Mhm.
if it's not safe, who do you need to bring into that space so it becomes safe?
Right, right, yeah.
Then you'll find that that silence drives you to be extraordinary
Mm.
because
When
you
you
don't know who's coming in. You don't It's so crazy, like
Yeah,
and you don't have to be a God person, you don't have to be, a
religious. Yeah,
spiritual person at all,
right.
but when you sit in silence and after you've healed, it's quiet,
Mm, yeah.
and
That notion
it's sad because you're so accustomed to the noise
Mhm.
that the quiet is uncomfortable, and you almost want that noise
You
back,
crave the noise again. Yeah, the monkey brain,
right?
right? You call it. Yeah, yep.
But if you can sit through the quiet and let it become your friend, on the other side of that is the noise that you never even knew that you could hear, and
Yeah.
that oh my god, that is where I'm living, and
The
it
joyful
is
noise. Yeah.
unreal. Now to say that those old, like, thoughts don't come up is not true
Of course,
because
they're
we're
always gonna
human.
resurface. Yep.
I swear to God, being a human is just to piss off your soul that's come into your body because being a human is hard. All of these things that happen
We're complicated beings.
seriously,
Yeah.
it's so difficult to understand who you are. Now, I will tell you too, since probably 22 or 23, I have been trying to figure out why I am who I am and why I
Sure.
put myself through certain situations that I do, and I
Mhm.
it's been a very thorough road of, like, being aggravated, but also but also, like, making exceptions. So I
Sure.
was my own worst critic my whole entire life, and I just got so sick of myself, honestly.
Mm,
That was it. That was a change for me. I
yeah,
couldn't even take looking at myself in the mirror because I was like, all you do is make bad decisions, or like if you don't love yourself, it's because all you do are the things that don't make you love yourself. So,
right.
and then it's like, well, how do I do
How do
things
you
to love
break
myself?
that pattern? Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. So it was like I waved the white flag. I was like, help me.
Somebody help me. Yep.
Yep. And
But
very
that
very
shows incredible vulnerability too, Stina, that you did wave the white flag,
oh
right?
yeah,
And say, "Somebody please help me," because I think a lot of us don't have the courage to ask for help, right? Whether it's in
right.
business or whether
Oh
it's
yeah.
in, in their personal, they don't ask for help. And
Because
that's
it's a being vulnerable and
vulnerability. Yep.
we're taught to shut it out. Like,
Mhm.
shut up,
Yep.
stop,
Yep.
don't do that. Even for men specifically, which is, like, so intense, but for women, it's like, there's sometimes people don't even wanna hear you talk ever. They're just like, "Oh, you're annoying and stressful and very emotional. Get out of my
Get out
face."
of my ways. Yeah.
Like, it's like, uh right, that's how we're supposed to be, like,
Right.
that's what our natural tendency is,
Right.
so deal with it. But then from a professional's perspective too, it's like understanding your offerings
Mm.
and being cognizant of them. So if you know that you're really, really emotional, right?
Mhm.
Say it's a business endeavor, right? You're so invested in this project and you're gonna present it to a bunch of dudes. If you start crying, you've lost that project. It really
Immediately.
sucks.
Yeah.
It really sucks. But you've got to know that. And if you
Right.
know that going in, it almost can help it helps pave a better road for success
Sure.
versus this is so I feel like business and authenticity is where it's difficult
Sure.
because there is a fine line between I don't give an F, I'm gonna do what I wanna do, and oh my god, I just lost my job because I was being authentic, right?
Right.
There's
Right.
a there's
There's a
there's
yeah.
some training that's involved in
To
like
walk that line. Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
always think too, if you have a high level position as an emotional female, that that therapy and training on how to reel that in is really important.
Really
I
important.
really
Yeah,
do.
really valuable. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the other things that fascinates me about you, Stina, is you have built this bridge between your own healing
Mhm.
and being a successful female entrepreneur. And to me, that in and of itself is pretty exciting and pretty, and I'm sure there's women that want to do the same, that
Yeah,
want to have that same sort of but they don't either wanna go through all the hard work that you went through.
yeah,
How do you kinda talk to them about taking that step, leading them to this point with integrity? How does
right.
that
Well, if you don't wanna do the work, then go do something else because
Mm,
that's what you
yeah,
have to do. If
yeah,
you
it's
wanna
tough love,
be
right?
an entrepreneur, but you don't wanna do the work,
Yeah,
then go do something else because the
mhm,
entrepreneur life is not for you. But
right,
if there's a little bit of eagerness there and you
mm,
do wanna do the work,
yeah,
like, go by all means, understand it's a hell of a lot of work. I mean, for 20 years straight, all I ever did was work, 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 work,
workaholic, yeah,
always
yep,
always for someone else,
right,
but then realizing what I was always doing for someone else was
mm,
their job.
right,
So I can easily run a business far more successfully because I'm doing their job. They don't
yeah,
know how to do it. So
right,
I mean, even to this day, like I feel like God is just like, "Oh, if someone can't do their job, just have Stina do it." Like everything, like the
right,
doctor's office, the dentist's office. You can't find a size 8.5 shoe? Cool, I'll go find it because
go
you don't
find it for you, yeah, exactly, yeah, yeah. You're
But
like
yeah,
the
you know,
concierge service.
the bridge to where you are and where you wanna be
Mm,
is the type of bridge that you make. Is it
mm,
dark and black and unsafe, or is
mhm,
it glistening and pink and welcoming you?
right,
Because if you envision that bridge as something exciting, you're gonna wanna get over it and you're gonna wanna be there, but if you look at that bridge as something scary, you're gonna fall right through and you're
yeah,
never gonna make it.
if you're gonna
So,
make it, yeah,
again, it's all about mindset.
yeah.
Everything is a choice too. I know that's hard to accept for some people, but
Mm,
everything is a choice,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know? And
yep,
when it comes to what you want and, honestly, everything is a choice. If you're overweight, but you always make bad choices, there's a reason for that.
right,
If you wanna be promoted at your job, but you're always coming in late and leaving early, that's a choice. That's a choice. These are all
right,
choices, right?
right.
Where can you make a choice that's going to bring you more towards what you want versus what you don't want?
Mhm,
And if you're doing things because you're scared or self-sabotaging, which we all do, that's human nature is to self-sabotage, noticing it and stopping it is the key.
yeah,
Instead of noticing it and being like, you know what? I'll just do this.
yeah,
You know what? It's only once." Guess what? That once is probably 100 or 1,000 times in your whole life, and that's why you're not
right,
doing what you wanna do.
right.
So, it's
Making
reeling it in, you know?
Yeah, yeah, and making these choices, like you said, or knowing to, or being able to have the ability to see, right? To see
Right.
that, and see the decisions. And when women are thinking about how do I share my voice? How do I build my brand? How do I be seen as authentic? I've been telling this story a lot lately, Stina, because there's a social media person that I've been following for years, and I'm not going to drop her name, but I have seen this turn in from a very authentic person to a very inauthentic. And
Yeah.
I could just feel the turn, and now it feels much more about promotion and promoting products, and a person that I used to go to for inspiration and great content is now just trying to sell me something all the time, right?
Right.
And that obviously was a choice that she's made, whether she
Right.
realizes it or not. So what's the thing you wish kind of women knew more about sharing their voice, keeping their brand, and keeping it authentic?
Well, it is so difficult to not wanna conform to everything that we see with all
Mhm.
these posts of make $1,000,000 a month,
Right.
sell 45,000 bottles of
Whatever.
this spray,
Yeah. Yeah.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
And it's all very exciting, right?
Yeah.
It's all like a tactic
Yep.
too, but I will tell you a good chunk of that is not real.
Yeah.
But for those who it is real, I have a team that I work with,
Mhm.
very successful, some
Mm.
working with some of the best in the whole nation,
Yep.
and they have never left who they are.
Yeah.
It is never product driven, it is them driven with product support.
Sure, and I get that. That makes a lot of sense. And like I said, with this particular person, what started as them being driven by
Yeah.
product support now seems to be just about promoting product, and
To
it's
me, I guess it could just be, like, a change of their wants and needs.
maybe.
I'm not gonna lie, it's really hard to not wanna get sucked into going from who, because your authentic might self might wear sweatpants and eat cereal,
Right. Right.
but then who wants to we think, who wants to see
Who
that?
wants to see
So
that?
whoever
Right.
this person works with might be like, you know what? You gotta be a little more polished when you're posting your stuff or whatever."
Right.
And then they're not being authentic. So if
Right.
they're going from being who they are to promoting product, then I'm sure there was a conversation somewhere. Maybe there was a lack of income, but there was scarcity. So
Yeah.
the change happened.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
scarcity has us do crazy things, but also makes us conform to what others are doing
Mhm.
because we're scared.
Yeah.
We don't wanna listen to what's inside because 'cause we're scared and we can't trust it.
Sure.
So we listen to the outside.
Yeah.
And I that's potentially, you never know what someone's change is all about.
Yeah.
She could have hired a VA and the VA is doing all the work now,
Right.
right?
Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
might not
Absolutely.
even be her, but
Yeah. I'm trying not to be prejudiced, but at the same time, I see I've seen the change. Maybe because I've been a loyal follower for so many years,
yeah.
right?
And it happens across the board.
Mhm.
I all I ever post are my outfits, looking good, like, cause I mean, I do, I love to look good all the time,
Yeah.
and, like,
Yeah.
I just had life-threatening emergency surgery,
Yes,
and
I
I
know.
briefly posted about it,
Yeah.
but, I mean, I have to wear this is from
Yeah.
Wicked, this hideous sock all of
Yeah.
the time,
I know. Yeah.
and,
How you feeling?
uh
Okay?
I am, yeah,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
first 2 weeks were absolutely terrifying,
Yeah. I remember when you
chest pains, leg
oh my god.
pains, uh I had to pull over on the side of the road,
Oh, yeah.
just, like,
Oh, terrifying.
terrifying stuff.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
anyways, like, A, I don't have the energy to post about any of that,
Right.
but but
Mhm.
I'm also realizing people don't always wanna see pretty little Stina in that black dress, like you mentioned. Sometimes they
Right,
wanna know that, like, my life is not easy. Like, I
right.
make it look easy
Yeah,
because
but it's
that's
not
fun.
easy, and they can identify with you more when they see that you work
Right.
just as hard as everyone else.
And
Yeah.
think of how do
If
people
or more.
react. Here is a perfect example. How do people react when someone is a little discombobulated, right? Socks are mismatched, they've
Yep,
got socks on with slides and
right. People are,
shirts up
like
their butt.
people are
Everyone has something
horrified. Yeah,
horrified, something to say, they're making fun of this person,
right.
but you don't know what's wrong with them, you don't know what type of day they had, their mom could have just died, like, how on earth you can judge someone on appearance is crazy, but that's funny because I used to do pageants, right? It's so crazy that I say that, but
Well,
what
but
I'm
that's one of the things that I again, when I said layered at the beginning of our conversation, that's why I think what you are so layered, and that is so interesting. You say a person who used to do pageants and pageants, unfortunately, is I don't need to tell you, are about judging people on their appearance, but, that's something that you don't hold as a value
No,
either, you
I
know?
don't
Yeah,
it's so
yeah,
funny.
yeah,
I see I in my whole life, I've been this way, and I
yeah.
didn't understand it at first, but I thoroughly understand it now.
Mm.
I don't see faces. I don't see bodies.
Yep.
All I see is, like, their heart, their eyes, and their charisma, and, like,
Uh, the
their
aura.
energy level.
Yeah, yeah,
Always. I've
that's so cool.
always seen that.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, unless it's a dude, obviously, if they're really hot, that's
That's
another
a different story.
story.
Oh my
Um,
goodness.
but, what I was getting at was I have to wear this crazy sock
Fuck.
all of the
Yeah,
time. It's, like,
yeah,
new it's I need new ones from post-surgery, that's a long ass story, but they're hideous. It's what older people wear with, like, old people sneakers,
yeah.
right? They're nude, knee-high, like, think of a little Portuguese woman in the kitchen
Right,
making
right.
soup
Making
or
soup.
marinara or gravy,
Yep,
that I have to wear those.
I know.
So, everywhere I go,
Mhm.
that
But you're
this
making it work, girl. You're making it work.
I will tell you
Yeah,
that at first, I did not like it. I get a look up and down, I get a, ugh,
yeah,
like, I the hate that
yeah.
comes towards me from one sock
On that sock.
is
Yeah.
disgust, like,
People
full
need
on
to get a grip.
disgust. And now so I remember I was at the coffee shop, my favorite coffee shop, and I went to go get, my favorite breakfast. It's called the Lisbon Morning. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Ooh, sounds
It's
good.
really
Anything Portuguese. Yeah.
it's not the healthiest, but it's a croissant,
Okay.
cheese, it's strawberry jam, it melts together, then you get all these fruits, it's delicious. It's at Zara here in East Providence, and they rock.
Love it.
Um,
Shout out Zara.
but yeah, I was standing there, like, I only get this once a year because it's
Yeah,
heavy
so
on
rich.
the
Yeah,
calories.
yeah, yeah.
Anyways, I'm standing there waiting for my stuff, and there's this beautiful woman, and she's skinny, and you can tell she's very wealthy, head to toe,
Yeah,
dressed beautiful. She's got
yeah,
I think she had a Hermès belt. Anyways,
yeah,
very, very
yeah,
tense, and her kid, 20s, like
yeah.
a
Like a carbon
five-year-old
copy.
girl
Yeah.
who looks like she's from Europe. It's
Yeah,
like 9 AM,
right.
and she stopped, and she looked at me and just was like, "Ugh,"
Oh,
like,
jeez.
full disgust, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh my god," like, "I almost just died 3 days ago. Are you kidding
Are
me?"
you out of your mind? Yeah, yeah,
And like, had to call my mom and be like, "I this is emotionally effing with me.
right.
Like, this sock. Not only have I almost died from a heart attack, now I'm being, like,
Judged
disgraced just
and
by
disgraced
wearing a
because I have to
sock."
wear a medical yeah.
So guess what? Now I am my happy go I am
I love it.
so happy and smiley. I'm not letting people just stare at my sock bother me. Now
Right.
it's like, "Yeah, look at my sock."
I
And I
got a
look at
sock.
my sock and I look at them and I smile back and then they smile back and all of that
Just
stress
goes
on
away.
myself has
Yeah.
alleviated.
Yeah, yeah, just goes away, yeah.
I noticed it
I
yesterday.
picture you, decorating the sock, making it pretty, all these things
Oh,
are
oh my god, I'm not doing that. That'll bring more attention.
More
I'm not doing
more
that.
attention than
But
what? Oh my god.
yesterday, oh my gosh, yesterday I was up in Maine. I walked into Trader Joe's and it was,
Uh,
it's 100. That's my favorite weather. I am elated when
I
it's
like the
very
heat too.
hot.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the
Love
heat
it.
too. Yeah.
So, and it was a great day. I was on TV. I was all
Yeah.
dressed up. So I'm walking in and I'm smiling and like everyone is smiling and then they see my sock and then they look at me and I'm just still smiling
Right.
and they're smiling. I'm like, "See, it's all
See?
about
It
how
works.
we take stuff." If I was like, "Oh, they're looking at my sock." I was so stupid. It would have been a completely different
Own it.
experience.
So, Christina, like you said earlier, yesterday you were on TV up in Maine. Uh, I felt like we're gonna see you everywhere on the stage, online, in classes, so many things. So, what's coming up next for you? What's kind of the rest of the summer look like for you? What are you most excited about? Where are we going from here?
Yeah, so I am hosting a few retreats across the United States. So a lot of business retreats and business growth this summer, which is exciting.
Very cool.
I always live in Costa Rica in the fall, so I leave for that in September after my cousin gets married.
Oh,
I'm always on the road in the summer. The last 3 years, I've been working with ESPN. I'm working with them on a very light level this summer.
mhm.
My parents are doing really good. They're getting older. My
So you need
life
to be
is going
around.
good. My brothers, we're, like, in a good healing spot after my mom was sick for so long, so I'm
Love
home.
to hear that.
I want to be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love to
And
hear that.
I will say the thing that's under wraps is very exciting. I
Mm,
can't talk about it,
okay.
but that's gonna happen over summer and fall as well. So,
Nice.
um,
We're gonna keep an eye out for that. Yeah.
oh my
Awesome.
god, that will be life changing. That
Oh,
is
okay.
my
All right. I'm
dedication
excited.
right now.
I
Yeah.
can't wait to see that. I can't wait to see that. Awesome. Okay, let's do some plugging. Where can we
Mhm.
find you, Tina?
Yeah, so Instagram is at I am Stinalicious. So I am, I know it's my old go-go dancing name, but it's become this full
I love it.
brand. It's become this full brand and vibe,
Yeah.
so I
Yep.
can't get rid of that.
I am
Uh,
Stina.
yes, and my website is stinaleepractice.com. It is under construction, so we just have a landing page right now, but sign up there. You'll get
I
all
did
the
this
notifications.
morning.
Oh, yay! Oh my gosh, I can't wait. Um, I mean, I'm on Facebook too, but those are
Yeah,
the 2 main ones. T
perfect.
I'm hiring a PR team,
Oh,
because
awesome.
I don't have time for socials
Yeah, well,
and
you're running 3 businesses. How do you have time? Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't.
yeah.
I only post stories because when I finally have a mental break, I'm like, "Ooh, let's post fun stories."
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And then TikTok will be out soon. I do have a YouTube, Stina Leigh Practice Studios. There's only a few videos up there,
Okay.
but those are all spots that you can stay connected with me.
Perfect, perfect.
Instagram's number 1,
We'll drive
website
people there.
2, and then, yeah, keep an eye out for all the fun
I
things.
can't wait, and once again, snaps and shout out to our friend Claudia for connecting us,
Yes,
and I'm so excited that we did get connected, and I can't wait.
Babysita!
Yeah, I can't wait to wait, babysita.net. Yeah, we'll give her a plug too, babysita.net. But can't wait to stay in touch and see what else is gonna
Likewise.
come for you this fall, and
Thank
thank you again, Stina, really enjoyed this.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.